The 1 billion Coca-Cola dollar machine. I think they forgot to add dollar.
You're in the cinema, about to watch yet another sequel to a forgotten franchise nobody asked for.
Our animations are made by humans.
And a drink to drown out
They
your
had to
Jared Leto
specify that it wasn't
with
AI.
a sugar rush. You pay and they hand you a cup. Then you see it, glowing red and chrome, the Coca-Cola Freestyle Fountain. Here, you can choose between over 100 different flavors.
I love this machine.
Cherry
I love
vanilla
this machine.
Coke, peach Sprite. Maybe you'll go crazy and mix Fanta with Powerade. Or maybe you just pick a classic. But this machine is way more than just a soda fountain.
Huh?
It's not just serving you a drink. It tracks everything you do. And while you're picking your favorite flavor, it's quietly collecting data. Data that turns customers into test subjects. Data that Coke will profit from tremendously. The Coca-Cola Company is said to have invested more than $1 billion in this machine, but they're very likely turning its capabilities into much, much bigger savings and profits. Today, we're diving into how a drink dispenser became a global lab and what role you play in all of this.
It's a statistic collector. I didn't even think about it like that.
The Coca-Cola Company is one of the biggest beverage producers on the planet.
I thought I was going to talk about how the machine was made.
The conglomerate controls almost half of the global soda market, making billions in revenue every year. And one important way they sold their many drinks has long been soda fountains. In the olden days, ordering a soft drink would work like this. You'd walk up to the counter, place your order, and someone would pour your drink into a cup. Then self-service fountains arrived. Now you could fill your own cup at your own discretion. When you were a kid, this fountain was everything. You could mix yourself something truly undrinkable.
Oh my god, that's stupid bullshit.
You.
And people would actually be saying that that's good. That's a complete line. If you drink anything like that, this is my reaction right here. Fuck you.
However, in 2006, Coca-Cola and other beverage makers noticed something worrying. For the first time since 1985, the sales volume of carbonated beverages had declined. People started to focus more on their health and well-being. They were increasingly looking for sugar-free drinks and low-calorie options. But Coke's fountains just weren't ready for that. At that time, only about 1% of all Coke fountains in the US even offered Diet Coke. Meanwhile, the choice of sodas at
Diet Coke has really exploded. I don't like it. I think that tastes...
Rose and rose.
I think if you drink Diet, you might as well just drink water, because why are you drinking fucking Diet? If you're on a diet and you're legitimately trying to, do something better for your health or anything like that, fuck you and fuck that soda fountain. Don't drink it. Don't drink Diet. You're a fucking pussy if you drink Diet. Diet tastes like carbonated fucking shit. Just drink water.
Packed with hundreds of bottles and cans. But Coke fountains were stuck.
I will never understand people who drink Diet or Zero or any of that fucking bullshit.
An idea that would change everything. The Freestyle fountain's design is interesting. The red, the chrome, the sculpted lines. It kind of looks like it wants to become a Ferrari when it grows up. And that's not a coincidence.
This machine does look cool.
The legendary Italian design house that shaped the curves of Ferrari itself. You slide your cup under the dispenser. Now comes the fun part. You see dozens of bubbles on the screen in front of you. Each bubble is labeled with a different drink. Mezzomix, Coca-Cola, Powerade, Lift, Fused Tea, and Kinley.
Can't lie, have never even heard of what this is, Mezzomix. I've never heard that in my life.
Mezzomix, Coca-Cola, Powerade, Lift, Fused Tea, and Kinley. In total, you could choose over 100 drinks. Back when you were a kid, this would have been impossible. Restaurants used massive 19-liter syrup canisters for every single drink option.
I mean, they still do.
Nowadays, all these flavors fit into just about 30 tiny cartridges. The cartridge design is inspired by medical tech, where precise dosing is critical. Just as insulin pumps deliver exact amounts of medication almost drop by drop, the Freestyle system carefully meters syrup and carbonated water for each pour. In theory, every pour is perfectly measured, drop by drop.
All it has to do is just... So, let me get this straight. The way this machine works... Okay, so it is kind of like how the machine works video. So the way this machine works is it has little cartridges that have the sampling of the flavor, and then it just has one big box of syrup. Instead of like multiple boxes of syrup, and each of the syrups have their own flavoring already inside.
For each pour. In theory, every pour is perfectly measured, drop by drop, turning your drink into a precise masterpiece.
Oh.
But Coke from a Freestyle fountain actually tends to taste a little different from the one you buy in the supermarket.
It does.
In contrast to the old canister systems that pre-mix syrup and sweetener, Freestyle keeps flavors, sweeteners, and carbonated water separate. Now, when you press the button,
it
the
mixes
flavor,
it all
sugar,
together
and
at the
carbonated
same
water
time.
are combined on demand. This can make your Coke taste slightly different from other preparations.
It doesn't have the aging.
Staring at the bubbly screen, curiosity kicks in. You came in for your usual, but you gotta admit, some options here are tempting. You tap the Powerade bubble, and suddenly a whole lineup appears. Powerade Raspberry, Powerade Lemon, Powerade Strawberry. So many choices. Which one to pick? You even mix a drink that doesn't exist before. You could create your own secret flavor. And won't that make you special?
I'm assuming it just... So now it's running statistics,
The freestyle fountain
right?
is fun. It lets you explore. It bewilders. It sparks curiosity. It might even provoke play. And that's exactly the point. Coca-Cola doesn't just want to sell you a beverage. It wants you to feel something. This technique is called experience marketing. Right here in front of this machine, you're not just choosing a flavor. You're interacting with the brand. You are literally experiencing it. Every tap, every bubble, every choice pulls you deeper into the Coca-Cola universe. And that matters, because moments like this make you remember Coke, not just as a drink, but as a feeling. And ideally, it wants you to go home and tell your friends about that insane machine that lets you mix your own Coke and offers that amazing weird new flavor they so gotta try.
Okay, this might be hyperbole. This might be the little exaggeration here. Because I don't go to my friends and tell them about the machine and my experience with the machine. But he does bring up a good point, because whenever I think about a soda machine like this, like if another brand comes out with one in the future, like Pepsi or anything, I'll always remember the Coke one first.
And freestyle isn't the only example for Coke's experience marketing. Think about Share a Coke. Different campaign, same idea.
Oh,
and it's all part of Coca-Cola's bigger play, shifting from being just a product brand to an experience brand.
Oh, my name was in there!
Play, shifting from being just a product brand.
Oh, I've never seen one with my name. But yeah, I know what these are. You just search for your name. I've never ever done that.
Anyways,
but whenever I look for my name, I never find it.
You didn't even know Sprite Cherry existed. Time to give it a shot.
Not too many Toms in the world.
You press the pour button, then you take a sip. Not half bad. You're not the only one who was curious about Sprite Cherry. All over the world, people have made the exact same choice. Obviously, Coca-Cola didn't offer you this new flavor just for fun. The freestyle ecosystem is basically a giant testing lab. Every pour, every mix, every flavor you try feeds into a massive experiment. A sampling program on a global scale.
Now I'm starting to wonder...
With this particular new flavor, the experiment actually worked. But this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh?
When Coca-Cola launched the Freestyle in 2009, they packed it with cutting-edge technology. Reliable wireless networks like the ones we have today weren't exactly standard.
Of course they're connected to the internet.
So Coca-Cola built their own. The network they created links every Freestyle machine directly to Coca-Cola's back-end systems, which are managed through SAP software. Think of it as the company's brain. It keeps track of everything happening across all departments in real time. Every single day, over 50,000 Freestyle machines send data back to this brain. They report everything that's going on inside them. Which flavors are being poured, what time of day they are consumed, or how much syrup is left. You might not experiment with your drink choices, but many other people do.
I
That
personally
is how Coca-Cola
don't.
discovered that people really like Coke Orange Vanilla, Sprite Cherry, Sprite Strawberry, and Coke Cherry Vanilla. Some of these flavors started as user creations, combinations people kept mixing again and again at the Freestyle machine. Others, like Coke Orange Vanilla, were developed by Coca-Cola. The more people got these, the stronger the signal became, and what started as a tiny bubble on screen ultimately moved into full production. Sure, you could argue the company might have released these flavors eventually either way, but with Freestyle, those decisions happened faster than before.
Oh, I see. So they run the statistics on people who combine flavors and make a unique flavor. And if more than enough people do it, then they'll officially make it a flavor, because they're like, might as well, people are buying it, put it on the shelves.
Better data.
Ah, that's ingenious.
Before Freestyle, staff had to manually check those giant syrup canisters. They probably used inventory sheets, maybe did a bit of guesswork, and called or emailed Coca-Cola to reorder. Freestyle completely transformed fountain logistics. Every night, the system collects data from this exact machine and figures out how many units of each cartridge needs to be delivered to the cinema.
Oh, that's even more complicated than I thought. Okay, so it has its individual flavors. So it has the Coke, it has the Diet, the Dr. Pibb, the Powerade Sprite, and then it has the other smaller flavorings like what's it called, like lime, lemon, vanilla, and then it mixes, like if somebody wants a Powerade orange, then it mixes the orange, the Powerade, then the carbonated water, then the syrup. Interesting.
And figures out how many units of each cartridge needs to be delivered to the cinema. And it's not just based on what you and your friends poured yesterday. Algorithms predict demand and even factor in planned promotions for specific beverages.
The Five Nights at Freddy's
shit. The system calculates which
shit.
cartridges need refilling and automatically creates the restocking orders.
I can never run
Those
away from
orders are sent
FNAF. It
straight
always
to the
catches up to
distribution
me, man.
center. And from there, the cartridges are shipped directly to the fountain locations. Every freestyle machine on the planet is quietly syncing. Think about how smart this is. With Freestyle, Coca-Cola can optimize their entire fountain supply chain, streamline inventory management, make restocks more efficient, and even improve their production schedule.
Yeah, which means more money for them.
It's assume that this alone saves the company millions and millions of dollars.
It really does, because now they don't have to now people don't have to overorder or anything. They can ship whenever they know they're low on stock and suggest shipping, and now they don't have to let's say they overship or anything like that. They won't happen because it's already in the system, unless it's like a human malfunction within transit. That's got to save millions of dollars in transportation and stuff like that.
You won't be surprised to learn that your data is exposed everywhere, and there's nowhere to hide. Every click, search, and form you fill reveals tiny pieces of who you are.
Unfortunately,
that you had to look up how to spell bourgeois 6 or 7 times for your online comment war, that you don't understand the 6-7 meme, or that you enjoy mixing Sprite and Fanta.
Fucking 6-7, just let that shit die, man.
With data breaches rising every year, your personal information is at risk. Shady data brokers sell it, scammers use it, and even steal your identity. Not that anybody would want your particular identity, but, theoretically. If they did, they could take out fraudulent loans, open accounts in your name, and cause serious legal and financial headaches.
Sure.
This is where Incogni comes in. It tracks down your personal...
Oh my god, it's a fucking ad. I didn't even realize it. I'm getting fucking scammed.
Well, there's more. The data streams don't only report back. Marketers at HQ can push new campaigns straight to the Freestyle. It took a while to get to this level. Whenever Coke wanted to push a new campaign or change content, it required a full software update, during which the machine couldn't pour a single drink. Not exactly ideal, considering many fountains are located in high-traffic fast food chains.
Ah, but then I got a global timer or something?
Coca-Cola integrated AirWatch, a modern device management platform. Now, instead of sending out a massive software update whenever marketers want to roll out a campaign, they could push tiny data packages. While receiving the configurations, the machines most likely stay fully operational. They simply download and display the new content, like this Halloween special. What happens next
it does it little over little.
A new flavor might be the first bubble you see, or a short teaser video might just catch your eye. You're still free to pick whatever you want, but those gentle nudges make you more likely to experiment.
So an ad, basically.
Thousands of individual recorded choices to try some bizarre Halloween flavor, all feeding directly into Coca-Cola's product development. But wait a minute. This little black dot up there, is that a camera? Is this thing recording you?
I never thought about it like that.
Coca-Cola did plan to install a camera in one of their Freestyle models. They even included it in their spec sheet and described it with the words, future capability for motion sensing and facial recognition. This way, the company could have tracked every smile when you mix flavors, every frown when it doesn't taste right after a little test sip, literally observing which combos make you happy or annoyed. Every reaction is data. But could they really pull this off? At least in theory. In Europe, for example, strict data protection laws such as general data protection regulations would likely not allow this to happen.
I kind of hope
not. In
the
US, however, businesses and event venues are increasingly experimenting with facial analysis and recognition technology in public spaces.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately.
hypothetically, it might be feasible there. According to Fortune, in early 2024, AI company Quantify referenced a facial recognition project tied to Freestyle. In a now-removed entry on their website, it reportedly said, each vending machine comes with a camera installed, in which an image is captured for every customer interacting with the machine. Coca-Cola's marketing team aspired to use these images to generate insights on consumer preferences and usage patterns.
That's weird.
Reportedly, Quantify built a machine learning model to detect customer demographics. Basically, the Coca-Cola company could know you're a guy in your 20s, standing here grabbing that Sprite cherry. After Fortune asked questions, the post seemingly vanished. A spokesperson for Coca-Cola said cameras in Freestyle fountains were just tested in a laboratory setting from 2018 to 2019. When we asked Coca-Cola about this, they did not respond.
Yeah, of course not.
The creepy camera hole aside, The technology is pretty
That's
impressive.
so weird.
A single globally deployed machine expanding flavor variety.
Everything else is
strategically
ingenious,
pushing
but that
experience
camera is
marketing,
legitimately weird. I
enabling
never thought I even
hyper-detailed
thought of
flavor
it.
testing, micro-campaigning, and optimization of the supply chain. You probably stood in front of one of those before and never even had a clue. But there is this one central question we just couldn't shake. Just how much are they saving and making with this? In order to find out, we went down a rabbit hole. Annual reports, analytics, figures, and company
How
filings.
much? It's got to be in the
only to realize
millions.
there is no concrete data.
All right, but what's the
Sure,
estimate?
we found a few clues here and there, but we could barely make anything useful out of it, especially because games from Freestyle are tangled up with other projects. When we reached out to Coca-Cola for comment, they didn't respond, so we had to call in backup. Enter Yannick, the team's spreadsheet wizard. He dove into everything we could find out about Freestyle and started making sense of it. His analysis is split into 3 parts. First, payback.
Okay.
Let's start with Coca-Cola's assumed revenue from Freestyle machines. To get a rough baseline, we looked at something similar, loyalty programs like Payback. Payback usually returns an estimated 0.5 to 3% of your spending. Sounds like a bad deal for them, but here's the thing, it works. Because when people get a little something in return, they tend to spend even more.
Yeah, they're gonna go because
And
they
while
know they're gonna
do,
get something
Payback
back.
collects tons of data, or what they buy, when they buy, and where they buy. You can't fully compare Payback to Coke Freestyle, but both follow the same idea. Encourage people to buy, and learn as much as possible while they do. The data collected through loyalty programs like Payback enables targeted marketing and personalized offers, helping deliver messages that are relevant to individual consumers. Studies like this one show that loyalty programs can improve gross margins by 2 to 4%, not simply because people buy more, but
Hey,
because
that 2 from
companies can make
4%
smarter,
adds up,
data-driven
man.
marketing and product decisions.
Especially when you're a big company.
Using that logic,
That's a huge
we
margin.
can conservatively assume a 2% margin on revenue for Freestyle. This is a very rough estimate, but enough to get a sense of scale. According to one source, Coke Freestyle machines dispense around 4 billion drinks per year. Assuming an average of $2 per drink and a 2% margin, that adds up to roughly $160 million in yearly gains, well over $1 billion since Freestyle's inception. Second, the value of data. Back in 2015, Coca-Cola teamed up with Hivery, a company focusing on AI-driven optimization.
Oh my
Their
god,
mission
here
was
we
to
go with
optimize
the
vending
AI.
machine sales. One of Hivery's clients was Reyes Coca-Cola Bottling Co., a U.S. bottler with roughly 19,000 vending machines in hospitals across California and Nevada. Hivery's software combines sales data with machine learning and
That's
some
gotta be an
algorithms
ad. That
to
girl
predict
hugging the
demand for
machine
every
had to be an
beverage
ad.
in every machine.
There's no way.
Reportedly, Reyes saw a 6% sales increase and a 15% reduction in restocking trips. These numbers suggest that data-driven supply chain management can generate significant sales boosts and cost savings. It is reasonable to assume that Freestyle
like I
fountains
thought.
could yield similar results.
So that was like what I
Third,
thought.
new flavors. Some of the new flavors Coca-Cola launched based on their Freestyle testing turned out about as popular as the deeply disappointing and unwanted sequel you're going to endure in a few minutes. Take Coke Cherry Vanilla, for example. Even though it was one of the most beloved Freestyle combos, Coca-Cola decided to not produce any more in 2024 due to declining demand. Freestyle may help spot promising new flavors, but it doesn't seem to be foolproof. Out of 4 flavors brought to the market, 2 did not survive. This doesn't necessarily mean they were bad investments, just that they weren't long-term hits. Coca-Cola may have overestimated how representative Freestyle users are for the broader market.
Yeah, orange cream did not
request for
work.
comment went unanswered. While
It was
Coca-Cola
alright.
rarely publishes concrete sales data for specific products, we found a number for one of their newer non-Freestyle Sprite products that shows the potential of this market. Sprite Chill generated $50 million in sales in its first 21 weeks in the North American market. Again, it's hard to estimate the total profit the company may have made through new flavors.
I don't even know what Sprite Chill is, and I love Sprite.
And how important the found data
I have
was
no
for
idea
their
what the hell that
success.
is.
But looking at all 3 aspects of Yannick's analysis, one thing is relatively safe
The
to
original
assume.
flavor is just so
The
good. Why would
$1
you even need to
Coca-Cola
change it?
reportedly invested into these machines has long been made back.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much assumed what I didn't even think about the statistics. Like I didn't know that it was like I should have known, but I didn't know that they were all connected to the same network, so they can grab statistics and therefore make new flavors. But what I really didn't know is that they were trying to experiment with facial recognition with the camera. That's weird. That's weird. I really hope that doesn't become a thing. Just next machine that I go to might grab some tape, do everybody a favor. Tape that little hole up and be like, boop, tape it up. Hey, might be doing everybody a favor, you know? And like I said, that's got to be saving them a lot of money. I bet you they made a lot of money over just making this one machine. I bet you they made their billion back by now. Probably. Probably. I could be wrong.